What's up, everyone? In this video, I'm going to go through my CD collection. I have a huge I can't talk. I have a huge CD collection that would take me forever to explain each album, so I'm just going to go through them really quick. So starting off with the ones that I want to listen to but I haven't listened to yet. Spooky Action at a Distance by Lotus Plaza. Ray of Light by Madonna. Modern Times by Bob Dylan. The Jimi Hendrix Woodstock performance. The Super Terrific Happy Hour by 100 Days. Thelonious Monk with John Coltrane, the complete Riverside recordings, April to July 1957. The Hunter by Mastodon. Us by Peter Gabriel. Little Earthquakes by Tori Amos. AM by Wilco. Let Love In by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. No Depression by Uncle Tupelo. First Band on the Moon by the Cardigans. Workin' with the Miles Davis Quintet by Miles Davis. Out There by Eric Dolphy. Dethroned and Uncrowned by Catatonia. Razorblade Suitcase by Bush. Starless and Bible Black by King Crimson. Saint Elsewhere by Gnarls Barkley. Everything Must Go by Manic Street Preachers. And this CD that I got from a magazine or something like that. It's got Geordie Griep in it, Jay Spaceman. Yeah, I definitely want to listen to this. This seems pretty interesting. And now here are some CDs, or not some, a lot of CDs that I've already listened to before. So, a live one, disc 2 by Fish. I meant to put the first Alive one by Fish in there, that's my fault. War by U2, and I think you notice easily is that, oh, there's Billy Breathes by Fish, but all of these are in some weird little slip or whatever. I decided to keep those separated for some odd reason, but got Golden Hour by Casey Musgraves. Francis the Mute by the Mars Volta. Purple Rain by Prince. 16 Stone by Bush, which is extremely yellow. That's definitely something. You got Louder Now by Taking Back Sunday. That's got The Point 105.7 FM, St. Louis's new rock alternative. Kid A by Radiohead, which it's like this. I tried to get the secret booklet and I broke my Kid A CD in the process. So there's that. The Who by Numbers by The Who. Portishead Self-Titled by Portishead. Diamond Life by Sade. The Eraser. Oops, got it upside down. The Eraser by Tom York. Blonde on Blonde by Bob Dylan. No Code by Pearl Jam. Come With Us by the Chemical Brothers. And now here are the ones that are kinda in alphabetical order. So you got Dirt by Alice in Chains. The Madness of Many by Animals as Leaders. Centipede Hurts by Animal Collective. The Richard D. James album by Aphex Twin. We by Arcade Fire. Places Like This by Architecture in Helsinki. The Complete Atomic Basie by Count Basie. Source Tags and Codes by And You Will Know Us by The Trail of Dead. Sorry if it takes me a long time to like switch through the CDs. That's my fault. American Football, LP2 by American Football. The Secret of Elena's Tomb by And You Will Know Us by The Trail of Dead. Syro by Aphex Twin. Since I Left You by The Avalanches. Oops. Mercy, Mercy, Mercy by Cannonball Adderley Quintet. Sound and Color by Alabama Shakes. Brothers and Sisters by the Allman Brothers Band. Home Acres by Aloha. No, I almost slipped out of my hand. Know by Heart by the American Analog Set. The Sensual World by Kate Bush. The Dreaming by Kate Bush. Buena Vista Social Club by Buena Vista Social Club. Oh. Zach Bryan by Zach Bryan. Broken Bells by Broken... I'm just gonna say self-titled. Self-titled by Broken Bells. Self-titled by Blur. I got a lot of self-titles in here. Let's Rock by the Black Keys. Songs from the Volta Tour by Bjork. Homogenic by Bjork. Debut by Bjork. Noble Beast by Andrew Bird. Deep in View by Cola. Four Calendar Cafe by Cocktail Twins. Garlands by Cocktail Twins. London Calling by The Clash. The Bones of What You Believe by Churches. Dig Your Own Hole by the Chemical Brothers. My Favorite Things, John Coltrane live at Newport. My Favorite Things by John Coltrane. John Coltrane and Johnny Hartman. Giant Steps by John Coltrane. Blue Train by John Coltrane. Color of the Spheres by Coldplay. X and Y by Coldplay. A Rush of Blood to the Head by Coldplay. Parachutes by Coldplay. Abbey Road by the Beatles. Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band by the Beatles. Revolver by the Beatles. Odelay by Beck. Pet Sounds by the Beach Boys. Grace by Jeff Buckley. The Great American Bar Scene by Zach Bryan. Time Out by the Dave Brubeck Quintet, or Quartet. This is like a Bright Eyes album. Digital Ash and a Digital Urn. Boards of Canada, Music Has the Right to Children. Did I say Bright Eyes or Black Eyes? If I said Black Eyes, I'm gonna go insane, bro. Bluey, the album. Post by Bjork. Bite, Forever to Die, Now to Live, small band from Little Rock. Can, Box Music, it's like a live Can album compilation. John Coltrane live at Birdland. The Shape of Jazz to Come by Ornette Coleman. Viva La Vida by Coldplay. Monster Movie by Can. Absolutely Live by The Doors. Sorry if my light is like glaring from this, from like my CDs or whatever. 5 Leaves Left by Nick Drake. Pink Moon by Nick Drake. Bob Dylan's 1962 debut album. Highway 61 Revisited by Bob Dylan. Desire by Bob Dylan. Time Out of Mind by Bob Dylan. Love and Theft by Bob Dylan. Rocky Mountain High by John Denver. The Guitar and Other Machines by the Durutti Column. Southern Rock Opera by Drive-By Truckers. Out to Lunch by Eric Dolphy. Tracy Chapman, Self-Titled. And this like obscure band I found at Goodwill, Car 27. Which one of these things is not like the others? I'm so sorry, I'm taking breaks at random. I have to get out more CDs. So yeah. Dead Can Dance, Self-Titled. Ironworks by Dillinger Escape Plan. Calculating Infinity by the Dillinger Escape Plan. Miles in the Sky by Miles Davis. Dissociation by the Dillinger Escape Plan. The Soft Parade by The Doors. Waiting for the Sun by The Doors. Random Access Memories by Daft Punk. The Doors' self-titled album. Morrison Hotel by The Doors. Violator by Depeche Mode. Plans by Death Cab for Cutie. The Photo album by Death Cab for Cutie. Kind of Blue by Miles Davis. Koi no Yokon by Deftones. White Pony by Deftones. Transatlantic... Why can't I not pronounce that for real? Transatlanticism by Death Cab for Cutie. Something About Airplanes by Death Cab for Cutie. You Can Play These Songs with Chords by Death Cab for Cutie. Nefertiti by Miles Davis. If I butchered that, I am extremely sorry. 7 Steps to Heaven by Miles Davis. Miles Davis and Quincy Jones live at Montreal. If I butchered that, I'm extremely sorry. That's my fault. Miles Davis, Miles Ahead. Birth of the Cool by Miles Davis. Alter the Ending by Dashboard Confessional. Did a review of that album once. My Life in the Bush of Ghosts. Brian Eno, David Byrne. The Bill Evans Trio, I Will Say Goodbye. The Soft Bulletin by the Flaming Lips. Yoshimi Battles the Pink Robots by the Flaming Lips, which came with like a, I guess, a live DVD or something like that. Embryonic by the Flaming Lips. Oh, bro. I literally just dropped my CDs. Fleet Foxes, self-titled by the Fleet Foxes. Bruh. My bed is flooded with CDs that I need to pick up. No! No! Stop! With all that hopefully out of the way, Crack Up by Fleet Foxes. Until the Quiet Comes by Flying Lotus. Medicine at Midnight by Foo Fighters. Details by Frou Frou. Shields by Grizzly Bear. Vectimist, whatever it's called, by Grizzly Bear. The Sophomore Slump by Grandaddy. Gets Gilberto by Stan Getz and Joao Gilberto. Yellow House by Grizzly Bear. Hallelujah, Don't Bend to Sin by Godspeed You Black Emperor. The Lamb Lies Down on Broadway by Genesis. Getting Killed by Geese. And the Absence of Truth by Isis. Thriller by Michael Jackson. Laid by James. Pearl by Janis Joplin. Traveling Without Moving by Jamiroquai. The Fall of Hearts by Catatonia. Picking on Nashville by the Kentucky Headhunters. Tapestry by Carole King. Let's Get It On by Marvin Gaye. What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. The Planets by Gustav Holst. Wildlife by Headlights. You'd Prefer an Astronaut by Hum. Shaft by Isaac Hayes. Rid of Me by PJ Harvey. Wrecking Ball by Emmylou Harris. I'm trying to remember how to pronounce this. It's like Eremita Ishan. I think that's what it is. I forgot how to order it or whatever by name. Marauder by Interpol. American Beauty by Grateful Dead. Wasting Light by Foo Fighters. A Farewell to Kings by Rush. Led Zeppelin 4 by Led Zeppelin. Led Zeppelin's self-titled debut album. Need You Now by Lady Antebellum, or Lady A Now. I think this was like a live album by Lightning Bolt. Or it's just called Lightning Bolt, self-titled. No, why does this keep happening to me? This is what happens when you have a spinning problem, guys. Don't be like me. Ride the Skies by Lightning Bolt. Hyper Magic Mountain by Lightning Bolt. Hybrid Theory by Linkin Park. A tribute to Linkin Park. It's a horrible Linkin Park tribute album. It's so bad it's funny. Meteora by Linkin Park. It Still Moves by My Morning Jacket. Hysteria by... No, not Hysteria. It's one of the songs off there. Absolution by Muse. Moondance by Van Morrison. What is this called, bro? I'll Keep You in Mind from Time to Time by Moose Blood. The Moon in Antarctica by Modest Mouse with a really interesting album cover. Play by Moby, which you'll see everywhere because it's flea market core. She Hangs Brightly by Mazzy Star. Mezzanine by Massive Attack. Amputexture by the Mars Volta. Dead Cities, Red Seas, and Lost Ghosts by M83. Blue by Joni Mitchell. Menos del Oso by Minus the Bear. Reload by Metallica. The Black Album by Metallica. And Justice for All by Metallica. Master of Puppets by Metallica. The Microphones live in Japan, or it's like live in Kyoto, Nagoya, and Tokyo. Congratulations by MGMT. So Tonight That I Might See by Mazzy Star. There's so many cuts in this video because I keep getting more and more CDs out. Full Moon Fever by Tom Petty. Versus by Pearl Jam. Placebo's self-titled debut album. Doolittle by Pixies. Wish You Were Here by Pink Floyd. And here's the Kid A disc from Radiohead that I broke trying to get the secret booklet. My Iron Lung single by Radiohead, or EP single, whatever. And Rainbows by Radiohead. Dead Ringer by RJD2. And something that I'd like to point out, I have a CD copy of Songs of a Lost World by The Cure, but I, for the life of me, cannot find it anywhere. I know I have a CD copy of Songs of a Lost World by The Cure, but yeah, I don't know where it's at right now. Maybe I'll find it later, who knows. New Adventures in Hi-Fi by R.E.M. With Teeth by Nine Inch Nails. Hesitation Marks by Nine Inch Nails. The Downward Spiral by Nine Inch Nails. Live at Reading by Nirvana. Unplugged in New York, MTV Unplugged by Nirvana. Stardust by Willie Nelson. Red-Headed Stranger by Willie Nelson. Ocean Eyes by Owl City. Deliverance by Opeth. Aquemini by Outkast. Open Range. This is like a bluegrass album I found. It heavily smells of like incense. Like heavily smells of incense. What's the Story? Morning Glory by Oasis. Ride the Lightning by Metallica. First CD I ever got. Kill 'Em All by Metallica. Mad Villainy by Mad Villain. In Utero by Nirvana. Stand by Sly and the Family Stone. Either Or by Elliott Smith. Figure 8 by Elliott Smith. Meat is Murder by The Smiths. Trace by Son Volt. Bad Motorfinger by Soundgarden. Rotting Pinata by Sponge. Traveler by Chris Stapleton. Reading, Writing, and Arithmetic by The Sundays. Room on Fire by The Strokes. Highway Prayers by Billy Strings. Dots and Loops by Stereolab. Aja by Steely Dan. Toxicity by System of a Down. Reckless by the Steel Drivers. Wincing the Night Away by the Shins. A Sailor's Guide to Earth by Sturgill Simpson. A Whole New Thing by Sly and the Family Stone. Automatic for the People by R.E.M. Document by R.E.M. Life's Rich Pageant by R.E.M. What's this called, bro? Reckoning by R.E.M. Murmur by R.E.M. Lover's Rock by Sade. Ilion by Slift. Carnivaz by Silver Sun Pickups. Talk by Sigur Rós. Bracket by Sigur Rós. Greatest album ever made. 11 out of 10 album, for real. I also forgot to mention that I haven't listened to that Sponge album yet, but I will eventually. This is going to be the last part, thankfully, so none of y'all have to hear my voice ever again until I upload a new video. Scaled and Icy by 21 Pilots. Trench by 21 Pilots. Blurry Face by 21 Pilots. Shogun by Trivium. Lateralis by Tool. A City by the Light Divided by Thursday. This Mortal Coil, self-titled album. Songs from the Big Chair by why did I say Big Thief? My mind randomly said Big Thief for some odd reason. Songs from the Big Chair by Tears for Fears. Stop Making Sense by Talking Heads. Speaking in Tongues by Talking Heads. Be Here by Keith Urban. Oblivion with Bells by Underworld. Haven't listened to that one yet. Achtung Baby by U2. The Joshua Tree by U2. The Velvet Underground and Nico by The Velvet Underground and Nico. Van Halen's self-titled album. Schmilko by Wilco. Yankee Hotel Foxtrot by Wilco. Who's Next by The Who. Get Behind Me Satan by The White Stripes. The Green Album by Weezer. Scott 4 by Scott Engel. Or Scott Walker on this. That's what he called himself. I honestly don't know. Harvest Moon by Neil Young. Harvest by Neil Young. After the Gold Rush by Neil Young. Relayer by Yes. Close to the Edge by Yes. And last but not least, Odyssey and Oracle by The Zombies. So that's my CD collection. Thank you. Bye.